Then the world-honored one, after 7 days had passed, emerged from his meditation. From the Bodhi tree he went to sit under the Naga tree. Again, for 7 days, he sat continuously and savored the bliss of enlightenment. At that time, a Brahmin who was known for his habit of scorning everything drew close to the world-honored one and said,
Gautama, honored one, what kind of man is a Brahmin and what is the teaching that he should practice?
The world-honored one perceived the meaning of this question and answered with a verse.
The one who frees himself from evil, refrains from scorning others, drives away defilements, restrains himself, attains the ultimate wisdom, and completes the pure practices is a Brahmin. That man feels no greed or anger toward things of this world and never adds to ignorance.
Again, after 7 days had passed by, the world-honored one left his seat under that tree and moved over to the Mukalinda tree. He sat there continuously for 7 days and savored the bliss of enlightenment. At that time, unseasonable clouds appeared and for 7 days it rained continually. Cold winds blew and darkness enshrouded all four sides. The Naga king emerged from his palace, covered the world-honored one with his body, and prayed,
May there not be any harm from cold or heat, from mosquitoes or horseflies, from wind or rain, or from snakes.
After 7 days had passed, the rain cleared, and there was not even a speck of cloud in the sky. The Naga king then transformed himself into a child and appeared before the world-honored one. He put his palms together and bowed to the world-honored one. The world-honored one said,
The mind is fulfilled. One listens to the teaching, sees the true principle, and is at peace. For all living beings, it is also peaceful to keep oneself without anger. Those who, freeing themselves from greed, pull away from worldly desires are also at peace. To overcome the thought that the I exists is unsurpassed peace.
The world-honored one, once again, after 7 days had passed, arose from his meditation and, leaving his seat under the Mukalinda tree, savored the bliss of enlightenment for 7 days under the Rajayatana tree. At that time, two merchants who had come from Ukla, Tapasa and Balika by name, happened to travel by. A blood relation of theirs who was now in the celestial world urged them as follows.
For the first time the world-honored one has awakened to enlightenment and remains under the Rajayatana tree, therefore offer him barley and honey.
They therefore presented themselves before the world-honored one and said,
World-honored one, for the sake of our everlasting happiness, please accept this barley and honey.
The four guardian deities became aware of this and, from the four directions, each presented him with a stone bowl. The world-honored one made the 4 stone bowls into one, received the foods, and partook of them. The merchants said joyfully,
World-honored one, we take refuge in the world-honored one and in the Dharma. From now to the end of our lives, please protect us as followers.
These were the first followers of the Buddha to take refuge in the 2 treasures, the Buddha and the Dharma. Again, after 7 days had gone by, the world-honored one left the Rajayatana tree, sat in meditation under the Naga tree, and thought as follows.
The Dharma to which I have awakened is truly difficult to awaken to. It is quiescent and unexcelled and difficult to attain through ordinary reason. Deep and profound, it can be known and attained only by the wise. How can the peoples of this world, who are addicted to the pleasures of desire, know such truths as all things are born of conditions, and according to conditions they are extinguished, or that of the realm of nirvana where all desires have been extinguished and where defilements have disappeared? Even if I expounded this Dharma, they would not be able to attain enlightenment. I would simply add to my weariness.
The world-honored one thought in this way and did not consider expounding the Dharma. At that time, Brahma perceived the mind of the world-honored one and lamented.
Oh, the world perishes and crumbles, the Buddha has no intention of expounding the Dharma.
Then, as quickly as a strong young man extends his bent arm, he left the Brahma world and appeared before the world-honored one. With his robes draped over one shoulder and with his right knee planted on the great earth, he bowed down to the world-honored one with his palms together and said,
World-honored one, I beseech you to expound the Dharma. There are those in this world who possess an eye of wisdom that is not stained by filth. If they do not hear the Dharma, they will perish. If they do hear it, they will without doubt awaken to the world-honored one's Dharma.
After speaking in this way, he continued with the following verse.
In the country of Magadha, till now, the impure teaching of people who were stained was expounded. World-honored one, may you open the door of immortality. Like a man who stands atop the summit of a hill and surveys all that lies below, the wise one ascends to the palace of the Dharma and frees himself from sorrow. O wise one, Turn your eyes now to those who, drowning in sorrow, are overwhelmed by birth and old age. O heroic one, conqueror in battles, leader of caravans, deathless one, begin your travels throughout the world. If the world honored one expounds the Dharma, surely there will be those who will attain enlightenment.
The world-honored one perceived Brahma's entreaties, and moved by a mind of compassion toward all people he gazed upon the world with the eyes of a Buddha. A diversity of people were reflected in the world-honored one's eyes, those whose minds were only slightly clouded, those whose minds were heavily clouded, those with keen faculties, those with dull faculties, virtuous people, evil people, those who were easy to teach, and so forth. Again, the spiritual capacities of a diversity of people were clearly reflected in the world-honored one's eyes, much as in a lake filled with lotuses. In that lake are lotuses that are blue, yellow, red, and white in color. Some lotuses sprout in the water, grow in the water, and never break the surface of the water. Some lotuses sprout in the water, grow in the water, and remain on the surface of the water. Some lotuses sprout in the water, grow in the water, rise above the water, and are never touched by the water. Then the world-honored one answered Brahma with a verse.
O Brahma, thinking it might be futile to teach it, I thought of refraining from expounding the Dharma to the people. But those who have ears to hear will hear and attain faith. I shall open the doors of immortality.